Hello everyone, hello, hope you're doing okay. Chocolo Birds here for the, Hotel Chocolat H-Box Happy Easter. Well, Happy Easter H-Box. A collection of melt-in-the-mouth chocolate eggs featuring caramels, pralines and tipples, it says. Yeah, so very interesting, very interesting. Yeah, so basically, those you don't know, well, it's coming up to Easter, so we're doing quite a lot of Easter products, in the run-up to that date. I believe it's about 2 or 3 weeks' time, so I need to get got a few Easter products to review actually, so I need to get a crack on with those. But yeah, so obviously one of these is the H-Box. Now we did do the Moser Roth, I guess you'd say equivalent of this last week, which is pretty much a third of the price, and it was very nice actually. So we'll see if this one's as good. Now it does have the typical, I guess you'd say, Hotel Chocolat problem where there's about 15 chocolates but 10 different types. So basically you're not going to get many of them twice. I don't know, what is that? Two of them going to appear twice basically, unless they do any appearing 3 times, which would be crackers. But there we go. So there is that problem. So if you ever share these with anyone, there is a chance that they might pinch one and then you just not be able to have it. So because it only appears once. So there is that intrinsic problem with Hotel Chocolat H-boxes. So it's just intrinsic to the thing which swings around about to give you more types, but you're not necessarily likely to have one if you share this with anyone. I guess you could say just don't share it, but but there you go. But if you spend £15 pretty much, which is what this costs, and you don't get to have one of them, you'd be pretty a bit frustrated there. So yeah. So here's what it says on the back anyway. 15 melt in the middle chocolate eggs featuring caramels, pralines and tipples. We've had that before. A selection of filled chocolates. There we go. Ingredients. Some shenanigans there. Anything of interest? I don't believe they'll have palm oil in here. I think Hotel Chocolat doesn't use palm oil. I don't believe. I can't see any from there. Let's have some blonde chocolate as well. Caramel milk chocolate contains minimum 36%. Oh, hang on a sec. Oh, let's just go back. There you go. Dark chocolate contains minimum 70% cocoa solids. Milk chocolate contains minimum 40% cocoa solids. Minimum 14% milk solids. Caramel milk chocolate, blonde chocolate, or caramel milk if you want to say that, contains minimum 36% cocoa solids, minimum 26% milk solids. White chocolate contains minimum 36% cocoa butter, minimum 27% milk solids. There we go. Okay, interesting. This is made in the United Kingdom with cocoa from West Africa. We've got a little menu there. It's not the best menu, the ones you get from Hotel Chocolat on the back there, but it does open up, so you can see it a bit better when you look into it in a bit more detail in a minute. And you've got the calories here. So per 100 grams, 552 calories. So pretty much on the top end of the 500 to 550 scale that chocolates tend to have, from my reviewing experience. Chocolate products. 38.6 grams of fat, 21.5 of which are saturates. And per 2 pieces, 24 grams, 132 calories, 9.3 grams of fat, 5.2 of which are saturates. And the box itself did say 180 grams. There we go. There we are. Yeah. Okay, interesting. Yeah. Recycling information there as well. Alright, so it looks very interesting, looks very nice. And I think with Hotel Chocolat as well, they tend to have like, I don't know, it's weird really. Basically, you can just take the top of the box, the top off, and it's just the bottom. So it's not actually sealed at all. the only bit that's sealed is this part. So, a bit strange that. You could technically remove the top and add another one to it, but I guess the barcode's on the back, so. But yeah, it does mean it could be a bit confusing. But obviously in this case, you're going to be able to tell because it's all eggs. But there we are. So normally they're not egg shaped. So this is quite nice. They are egg shaped as well. And here we are. You can see the full. Before you could only see 7 of them. But now you can see the whole 15. So quite a nice looking selection there. But you can see here, already this one appears twice, but that one appears twice. That one with the yellow tip. It looks like, for instance, this green one only appears once. And there'll be a few others. There'll be 5 that only appear once, basically. And this ready one down here as well. Yeah, so, bit of a shame that, bit of a shame. Alright. Okay, well, I'll tell you what we'll do. Well, let's get the menu up, shall we, first of all. So what I'll do is I'll open this up. There's a pull tab as well. You can see it's string around the edge there. So I'll open it up, and what I'll do is I'll get a screenshot of the menu, and then we can just reference that from it instead of having to keep looking at the box, things like this. So it opens up quite nicely, you can see. Pretty good. Let's move that to one side. There we go. So we'll get the menu out. Here we go. Here it is. We've got the little menu there. That's one on the back. I'll say there's a full menu here, which isn't too bad. So there we go. So what we'll do is we'll take a screenshot of that and basically reference that on the screen. So I'll just do that now. So I'll grab my keyboard and do it. It won't be a second. I can, but see if we can do it. Okay. So we just need to basically get it flat so I can do it. Of course, it's on a little folded card, so it's a bit difficult. My hand's in the way. All this, that, and the other. Excuses already. There we go. So we'll get that like that. Get it straight. Okay, that seems okay. So it might not be a perfect screenshot, but we'll do what we can. Might get a bit of my t-shirt on it, maybe. Oh, it's looking alright. It's looking alright. Okay, right. So nearly done. So just saving that now to a convenient location. Let's have a look. Where's convenient? Yeah, there we go. That's convenient. Right, let's have a look. And is it now? There we go. Yes, a bit dark because it's just the way it was really. But there we go. So yes, there we go. You see? Ooh, look at that. As if by magic. Great stuff. So we don't need to reference that anymore. Although obviously I can if I want to. I reserve that right. All right, there we go. All right, so let's have a look. So where are we? So that's what we'll do. We'll move down. Maybe we'll just go left to right. Let's have a read of them properly, shall we? Let's have a look. So we'll see what they actually say here. So we'll start with the top left. Move to the bottom right, so something like that. So we've got the vanilla one here. Soft white ganache in 40% milk pre-cracked to reveal a creamy yolk. All right, interesting. Pre-cracked, it says. Not sure what that means, pre-cracked, because it's not, well, I don't know, it's not pre-cracked because it's just got yellow on the top. So we've got raspberry super milk. I think we've had that one before in one of the other H boxes, but obviously not in A shaped. Zingy raspberry cream in 65% super milk. Okay. 65% milk size as well. I'm not sure. Simple dark. What's that say? Garuyan or is it Ghanaian or Ghanaian? Ghana from Ghana, possibly, or Guyana maybe. I don't know. But it doesn't read very well. Ghanaian, I think. 85% dark holds its own against real whipping cream. A surprisingly mellow cocoa hit. And then we got the illegal Janduya. Super smooth, intensely satisfying hazelnut praline. No compromises. That Janduya is basically hazelnut chocolate, I think, is the gist of it. Salted macadamia, comfortingly creamy macadamia, buttery caramel, and a hint of salt. Then we've got champagne. Okay, a delicate, uplifting French champagne with real cream, the epitome of elegance. We can see there in the design, it seems to have a bottom half where it simply stops. Now we did complain that the Moser Roth looking a bit poor like that, and but then the Hotel Chocolat ones do as well. You can see a clear seam stop to the design halfway through. Strawberries and cream. Fresh pressed strawberries, real whipping cream, high cocoa white. And pistachio. Super smooth pistachio praline with toffee undertones, savoury intertwines with the melting finish of a caramel shell. Salty caramel cream. We've lifted out elegant caramel cream with a final flourish of, what's it say? Guerandi sea salt or Guerandi, I'm not sure how you pronounce that, but there we go. So just salt basically, but there we go. And Boozy Simnel cake. Or Simnel cake, yeah. Generous glug of amaretto and oak aged brandy. Zesty orange, pinch of cinnamon. Alright, so we've got a couple of boozy ones. It did say that were in the description, so interesting. I'll tell you what I'll do, we'll move down a bit now and we'll get into this. We'll start with this pre-cracked one, shall we? This vanilla one in the top left. How about that? So let's move down a bit. Do we even need to move down? Just one? Yeah, we probably do, don't we? Probably do, yeah. We need to chop them in half, so we need to move down for that. So here we go. So you can see the old plate here. Okay. All right, there we go. Yeah, there we go. All right, so we got this one. So as I say, we'll just take a look at them actually now, just to see, So we do have, let's say a couple that appear twice in here. Should we put them together? Ones that appear twice. How about that? Might be a good idea, mightn't it? Excuse the sound. There we go, they appear twice, that appears twice. So we can see just what does and doesn't appear twice then, can't we? Okay, hopefully anyway, because that's the plan. Let's just got one like a white there. Okay, there we go. Alright, yep, okay. That's probably a bad move actually, because, yeah. Okay, right, so, yeah, move that one up there, like that. Move that one to there, like that. Move these two up here, like that. And there we go. So these are the ones that just appear. Yeah, so there's four, must be another one here. It says, yeah, I think this is the one that's only appears once as well. So if we move that one up to there. So there is 5, like we thought. Yeah, so these ones, there's only one of each of those. There's 2 of these ones. So a bit of a, so basically 5 of them only appear once, basically. A bit of a shame that really, you'd say, but there we go. Alright, so let's have a look. let's have a see. Let's give these a measure. So this is the vanilla one. It says it's pre-cracked apparently. It just has like an egg design on top. It's not really pre-cracked. I thought it might mean there's a special quirk to the design. Soft vanilla ganache in 4% milk, pre-cracked to reveal a creamy yolk. Okay, well, not really, but there we go. All right. I think they could have done something a bit interesting with that design then. So yeah, let's give it a bit of a measure then. So to have a bit more of an air of quality than the Moser Roth ones. 3.4, 3.5. Yeah, but they do stand up better. We have a base to stand up, so you can stand them up. And width at the centre, about 2.5. It's about 3.5 tall, 2.5 wide at the 3.4 in this case. Yeah, it can depend. It's hard to measure it accurately, but there we go. All right, so we'll give it a bit of a chop. Let's see. We'll perhaps do it down the seam, I think. Oh, there we go. So it's got quite a nice creamy centre there. You can see it's quite fluffy. Hopefully you can anyway. Let's have a look. So it's a bit, yeah, there we go. It's just focused in there, and you can see it came off a bit on the knife there. So quite nice. That's nice and creamy filling. Oh, and hi there, Joe. How's it going? Yeah, not too bad, thank you. How are you doing today? More egg ones this week. So this is the more posh one. This is the one that cost about 3 times the price of the last week's one. About 10 different chocolates rather than 6 or 7 as there was last week. I think it was 6 actually. A bit of an interesting one. But yeah, not too bad. Very sunny today in the UK. Very sunny. So there won't be many UK people on the chat, I don't think, today. We're out basking in the sun, you know. Yeah, so there we go. How are you doing? Hope you're doing all right, Joe. It's good to see you. Yeah, so we're just doing the vanilla one here. So there it is in the top left. So apparently it's pre-cracked, but it just means it's got an egg design on it, basically. All right, so let's lift myself up. Give this one a go. So it just seems to have like a vanilla mousse in the middle of it. Oh, good to hear, Joe. Good to hear. Glad you're doing okay. Yeah, glad you're doing okay. Bit of a hectic day. I've been out and about all over the place today, but yeah, just managed to get back in time and get this organised. So yes, very sunny there too. Yes, mind you, it probably is. I don't know, 99% of the time, I believe. Yes. Oh dear. Well, you know, but either way, I'm still glad it's nice. Yeah, glad you're enjoying them. Yeah, it's good. I mean, it's one of those really where here we sort of weather's a lot cooler generally, but you know, if you can get used to it, really, you know, I don't mind the cool weather so much. All right, let's give this a go. We'll taste the bottom half. So let's give this a go. Let's see. Well, that's nice. Very a very creamy vanilla taste, that one actually. Almost tastes a bit alcoholic almost. Soft vanilla ganache and 40% milk pre-cracked to reveal a creamy yolk. Not bad, that one. Very creamy, very sort of the vanilla sort of centre is very creamy really. It's not too bad actually. Quite indulgent. Yeah. Not bad. I feel like trying to think what it tastes a bit like. It's a bit like an extreme version of some of the Kinder products where they've got like a milk filling, a milk chocolate filling. It tastes a bit like that, but a bit more indulgent, if you know what I mean. So yeah, a bit like Kinder Choco Bonds and stuff like that. We got that sort of milk filling, some of the mini the Kinder milk eggs as well. You know, a bit like that basically. We've added vanilla. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. As I say, it's not. It's quite a standard affair. It's a vanilla middle, really. You know, it's got a nice, as I say, creamy centre. Very ganache, a bit quite Lindor-y almost. But you know what? I'm not a big fan of Lindor's doing. It's a bit too sweet for me. This one isn't sweet though, but it's got the same consistency. But it's okay. It's not bad. It's not blowing my socks off by any means. I feel like it's relatively standard. You know, it's okay. I think it's quite nice for what it is. It's not too bad. I think for me, I would have liked something a bit more from it. As I say, it's got all this pretense of yolk and stuff like this, having the egg top. It's just clearly it's just a decoration on the top, really. It'd be nice if it had it on the inside, made something more of it, but then maybe it would have to be other flavours and things. They've obviously not made it too complicated, and it's just not too complicated. It's okay. I think for me, it's it could almost be a 4. It's definitely more a 4 than the 3, but I think it's a 3.5 out of 5 for me, that one. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. It's just not. It's basically not too bad. It's just above average, really. It's quite a nice one, but it's not going to blow your socks off. It's okay, you know what I mean? It's not a million miles away from other eggs you would have tasted elsewhere, but it's not bad. Not bad. Yeah. Good start, though. Good start for that one. I think expecting something a bit more average than that, so it's not too bad. I'd say definitely more towards the 4 than the 3, but you know. Let's have a look at the raspberry super milk on this one then. So that's a zingy raspberry, creamy and 65% super milk. Okay, so I think we've had this one elsewhere. You can see here, it does have a bit of a cleaner design than the Moser Roth one we did last week. But nonetheless, you can see kind of the design does only go for the top half and then does make a sudden stop. It doesn't continue really any more than the Moser Roth did, but it does look a bit cleaner. Alright, So super milk, 65%. I don't know what that really means. Does it just mean very milky? Not too sure. Does it mean some kind of, I don't know, dark milk? I'm not sure. But let's zoom down. So measure it again quickly. We know the measurements, really. They're all going to be the same, but we'll, just because obviously there's a chance that you might see this in isolation. But I think it's about 3.5 height and about 2.4 width. Yeah, 3.46 or 4.5 there. No, for 3.3, oh hang on, no, on the slants. Yeah, about 3.4, 3.5 high, 3.42 in this case. And the width, about 2.5. Okay. Alright, so this one looks quite interesting. I think this one's going to be a good one. It's a bit of a chop. Okay. Again, a similar sort of rich cream there. I think we definitely had it last week or the week before with the Eton Mess one. I think we did with the Hotel Chocolat one. It's flavoured a bit like, it had a sort of winter spice flavour. Not really any smell of raspberry coming from it. I think this is a dark milk. I don't think this is a very rich, very milky milk chocolate. I don't think. It looks quite dark anyway. Looks okay. Quite a thick raspberry there. Thick chocolates around as well. Looks alright. Okay, let's give this one a taste. Interesting. Yeah, not too bad so far. I think you'd say. I think the egg shells have lent themselves quite well so far to these. I think it's quite a thick chocolate, and I think it works quite well actually. So okay, let's give this one a taste. Not bad. It is definitely a darker chocolate, 65%. I don't know, it must be a dark milk or something, but it's definitely not a milky chocolate taste. Not bad, that one. It's quite zingy raspberry. Was it raspberry or strawberry? I think it was raspberry, wasn't it? Zingy raspberry taste there as well. It's quite nice actually, that one. It's nothing, I think it probably should be, I don't know, it's not bad, it's milk chocolates, I think. I was going to say maybe it should be dark chocolate. And I think like the Moser Roth one had a dark chocolate one last week. Not too sure. I'm not too sure whether it should be. I feel like it's near enough dark chocolate, but yeah, it's good that they have a very thick chocolate layer. Yeah, I think so, Jan. I think it makes a difference between these and their regular chocolates. I think it does add to them. I think that's the thing that the Moser Roth ones had last week as well that really added to it. And these ones have got a thicker chocolate, and I think it does work better. The regular chocolates don't really have that thick chocolate surround, so a lot of the chocolate's lost actually. So they're talking about, oh, it's this chocolate and that chocolate, but normally it can be quite lost really. Yeah, usually chocolates remind me of classic Kinder with that ridiculously thin choc. Yes. I know what you mean there. I do know what you mean there. Yeah. Well, these ones definitely a lot thicker. Definitely, yeah. No, I quite enjoyed this one. I think it's quite nice. I think it's one of those that probably would work maybe better traditionally with dark chocolate. But I think the fact that it's still a milk chocolate, but quite a dark milk chocolate, at least that's the way it tastes anyway, is pretty good. A zingy raspberry. I mean, it's quite nice. It's one of those again for more dark chocolate. It's more of a rich chocolatey taste. Again, it's lacking something. It's just a one-note thing. Like the one, it's just vanilla. This one's just raspberry. It's okay. But definitely, it is what it is. You know what I mean? It's definitely raspberry. You get a lot of it. You definitely get that taste. It's not like it's hidden away or anything like that. In some of the other ones they do, where they say it's a certain flavour and it turns out not to be. I think this one's probably a bit more of a 4 out of 5. This one, just about. It's a low 4, high 3.5. I'm going to give it the benefit down to say 4. I quite like that one. It's quite zingy. I like the way it was a bit more of a milk chocolate. On the traditional dark chocolate, but I think it probably should be dark chocolate really. But it's still nice. It worked. It was nice. Yeah, I like that one. So not so bad so far. Yeah, so let's have a see. So we've got this Simply Dark. Okay, so it's this one Ghanaian. Yeah, I think it's Ghanaian. I was mispronouncing it before. 85% dark, holds its own against real whipping cream. A surprisingly mellow cocoa hit. All right, yeah. So is this one we've only got one of? I think this might be one we've only got one of in the set. So we were saying before, Jarrett suffers from the problem of There's 15 chocolates, but there's only 10 different kinds. So that means that only 5 of them only appear once. So if someone pinched one that you wanted, you know, you'd be able to look basically. So here we go, here's the dark one. I like the design. I like the way the join is on these as well. I think it works pretty well. That sort of nice design with they've put those 2 stripes on to sort of not mask it, but to complement the seam, which I think works quite well actually. Otherwise, it would just be a seam on its own. I think it does work to give a bit of an air of quality there. Oh, and hi there, Rick. How are you doing? Good to see you, Rick. How's things going? And yes, you said you had a big reveal planned, I think, for the live today. I don't. Was it to do with the Scream eggs? Yeah. I hope you're doing all right, Rick. Good to see you. Great to see you. Yeah, great to see you. We're just doing the Simply Dark one here. Yeah, more eggs this time. Yeah, more eggs. Yes. Not sure if they really compare to the cream eggs, but they're nice. Not bad actually. Not bad at all. Okay, so far anyway. But yes, more egginess, more egginess. So we'll give it a quick measure with about 3.4, 3.5 in height and about 2.4, 2.5 in width. But we'll just right, 3.3 in this case. They do stand up, they have a bit of a base. And then the width at the middle, 2.5, yeah, pretty much. There we go. Not too bad. Oh, hi there, Scotty. How are you doing? I thought you were out and about today. Great to see you. Hey, well, maybe you are just on your phone, but yeah, I hope you're having a good time. Don't know where you are actually. I think you might be on holiday somewhere, but I hope you're having a lovely one. Let's give this one a cut down the middle, or down the seam. Okay, so there we go. So this one might be very similar to the possibly that one we had in the Hotel Chocolat one, which was really nice. The dark one again had that sort of dark chocolate middle basically, but it's not got the powdery cocoa edge this time. We can see there's like a big chocolate fondant. Yeah, so Scott is in Paris, is he? Crikey. I see, not too bad. I saw the photo you did of Ben and Jerry's on 50% discount, but it was still about €5 or something. So still full price as far as I'm concerned. That yeah. But Paris, yes. Coming over Paris, this is a sunny with a temperature of 19 degrees Celsius. The wind is blowing from east-northeast at 12 miles an hour. 25% humidity. Not bad at all. Yeah, it's quite good the weather's quite nice in Manchester today. Let's see if I can do it with the... let's have a look. See if I can do it. I won't make any typos. See if it works. There we go. But yeah. Just arrived at your hotel, so first chance to relax. Feels like summer. No, not bad at all. Yeah, lovely that. Well, as you say, you're very close to it now as well. It probably takes you about 20 minutes to get there, probably. Yeah, terribly disappointed in the chocolate. The cream is okay. The shell isn't the same as the ones in Canada. The ones I got from the US, and as far as I know, Hershey makes them there. Oh, no, so actually, so these are UK ones, are they? And you didn't like them as much. They could have gone out of date slightly, though, Rick, so do bear that in mind. But yeah, so you think the UK ones are not as nice. Interesting now. It could be what chocolate you used to, of course. Interesting, yeah, interesting. Yeah, wow, Paris, yeah, not bad. Here we go, what have we got here? Ooh, let's see. 19 degrees, east-northeast, 38% humidity, so versus Paris. Yeah, so about the same, actually. 19, yeah. But we've got lower wind. Yeah, lower wind, I guess. But more humidity, for what it's worth. Yeah, Ben & Jerry's very expensive. Yeah, it was very expensive. I was surprised at that. It really was. Yeah. Yes. Now, so yes, this chocolate cream is okay. This isn't the same as the ones in Canada. The ones I got are from. Oh, right, okay, you bought them. Ah, okay, yes. You bought them in the US. I see. Right. There's no tunnel. Yes, there is. That's right. Yes, the Channel Tunnel. Yes. Yes, anyway, yeah, probably quite easy to get to it. Did you go on the ferry or did you go in the on the train, Scotty? But the US aren't as good, right? So these US ones, are they? Right, that's a shame. That, yeah. Oh dear. Well, I'll send you some of the UK ones soon as well, so I'll include a couple. Yeah. All right. Well, let's give this one a bit of a taste then. Let's give it a go. Let's have a see. In fact, I'll lift myself up and give it a taste. It looks a bit like as I say, the one we had from the Hotel Chocolat one last time. That sort of chocolate fondant. Yeah, you got the ferry on, then the train. Just picked a few goodies from the supermarket. There were small backpacks, very limited. Ah, okay, right. Okay, fair enough. Well, it keeps you, makes you, you know, as you say. I won't bring it back any Ben and Jerry's, that's for sure. It might melt. No, but Hershey's, yes. It's a shame now. Well, at least you gave them a try. At least you gave them a try. But you can't get them anymore, the Scream eggs in the UK. So at least you managed to get them. Yeah, Chancellor's he's a bit further from where... okay, so it's a bit more of a pain to get to, is it? Alright, yeah. Oh, well, the Fairy Show is just as good. But cheaper as well, actually. Okay, let's give this one a go. So it's this Simply Dark. Yeah, very much a dark chocolate shell, this one. Very rich dark chocolate taste. Centre works pretty well with it, though, actually. Quite a rich centre still, but quite sweetish, but still dark chocolatey. So it's quite interesting, that. Very much one for dark chocolate fans, this one. It's basically dark chocolate through and through, really, but the fondant centre is very much a sort of bit more sweeter, not so rich, but still maintains that chocolate semblance of dark chocolate, which I think is quite good, actually. I like this one. Again, it's no thrills, though. I mean, it's called Simply Dark, this one, but, you know, even so, the others have sort of, you know, been similar, Simply Raspberry almost, really. But I guess in this case, it is a double helping of dark chocolate. Not too bad. I quite like this one. I think, as I say, it's just very much dark chocolate orientated. The shell is dark chocolate, a nice rich dark chocolate, but the middle, I think it works well with it. It's quite sweetish, but still rich, as I say. It's not sweet, but it's, you know, just the, you know, what it is basically. So real whipping cream, it says. Only gets real whipping cream. Surprisingly mellow cookie. It works pretty well, actually. It's a good combination. Not going to blow your socks off again. But a good 4 out of 5. Again, it's nice, that one. Dark chocolate fans really only, I think. But I'll say it is a bit of a sweeter centre, but still themed around dark chocolate, basically. Yeah, you're not Reese from those Reese pieces. I like just the regular peanut butter cups and things, but, you know, as I say, more, not really their chocolate as such, but just the peanut butter side. I think the chocolate works okay with it, but yeah. You country stamp your passport now. It's quite good in a way, that, at least, because you used to end up with all these empty bits in your book, didn't you, really? So that's quite interesting. Yes, I'll give a handful of you to get your opinion on them. Okay, yes. Oh, thanks, David. That'd be great, that. Thank you. Yeah, I'll try and give them a review as well, because I've not reviewed the Scream eggs before. So interesting, that. Yeah. You'd love to bring back some ice cream and French sausages. Now, we'll see what you can do, but obviously, yeah, some things might not keep very well. Yeah, I'm sure ice cream for some of the sausages, of course, but yeah. Interesting selection, but not as much Easter stuff. Oh, okay, that's interesting. I guess, well, is it France doesn't try to keep, was it? Is it secular? What? I'm not sure what it is. Tries to separate the church and stuff, doesn't it? I think, or religion or whatever from most things. So yeah, it's an interesting one. Maybe why then, perhaps. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, all right. Well, what have we got next then? What have we got next? Let's have a see. The white tip one this time. Illegal Janduja. I hope it's not too illegal. Super smooth, intensely satisfying hazelnut praline. No compromises. So again, I think we're going to get just a sort of a bit of a one-off taste. Well, not one-off, but a simple egg with just a simple theme around it. Just hazelnut sort of fondant scent or whatever. Again, we do get 2 of these ones. We only get 1 of the dark chocolate one. We get 2 of these. Again, we'll give it a quick measure. Just in isolation, what have you, because just in case. It would be about 3.3 now, this seems to be, don't they? It's got 3.4 now, so 3.45 almost. Right, about 2.4, 2.5. Yeah, and wait for, there we go. Okay, yes. We gotta bring back some cheese. We have those wrap pizzas we were talking about. Yeah, that'd be quite nice. Yes. Honestly, yes. Okay, there we go. Right, it's nice to be close to other countries. Like, yeah, I guess that's one thing, isn't it? Really, it is quite nice. That it is quite nice. Yeah, not too bad at all. That, yeah, it is quite useful. That, really, as I say, I guess if you're in Canada and the US, it is quite difficult to visit other countries, isn't it? You know, yeah. Just one night, but 2 full days. That's not too bad. The days what matter, aren't they? The days are what matter. Yeah. Okay, you just want to chop. We'll see what's in it. Okay. There we go. Yeah, well, it's not too bad, Scotty. Good, as you say, good to do that, really. Very nice indeed. Okay, there we go. Got to sense this one. Basically, hazelnut praline. I think these eggs are going to be quite similar. See, I've got a bit of it on my finger there. Yeah, not just one thing. They're shell's not quite as thick this time. There we go, yes. No is the answer to that, Scotty, no. No, it isn't. Let's hope not. We'll soon find out if it is, but no, it isn't. It's not. Okay. Here the French clubs tonight. Yes, the red, was it the Red Windmill? Moulin Rouge? Yeah. So I just got to be in there. Yeah, thanks, Billy. Thanks, Billy. You could just well, to start with, Andrew usually comes in with a massive paragraph as well to start with about some kind of fact as well. But there were several other things, and yeah, you could just tell now. So back at work on Tuesday, last minute trip. So that's not bad though. Good to do. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Right, okay, let's give this one a go. It's hazelnut praline. I think we know what to expect here. I said the chocolate's quite thin in this one. It's definitely thicker in some of the others. Could be a one-off, of course, but yeah. Again, it's a bit like the others, really. This one's a bit more of a standard affair. This one, we've seen it so many times in so many different chocolate selections now. The others stood out somewhat, I think, but this one is very much of a mundane one. This one. If you like hazelnut pralines, of course, you're gonna like this. Of course, it's one of those. Can't deny that. But it's very, very mundane, very sort of, I don't know. It's just hazelnut praline. This one. It's nothing more, nothing less. I mean, it does taste like hazelnut praline. It's got that going for it, but it's a standard thing in most chocolate selections now. So I don't know. It's a hard one to say. It's not really. It doesn't. It's just very standard. It doesn't really. We've had it in. I've had better versions of it in like the Cadbury Jingly Bells and things like this. So it's a very mundane one. This one. It's just hazelnut praline. There's no bits in it either of hazelnut. There's nothing to go on about it. The chocolate, you can't really discern the chocolate in it either. The other ones have all had a distinct chocolate separation from the middle, but this one it doesn't. It just blends into one as well. So there's not much going for this one at all. I think it's if you love hazelnut praline, you're naturally going to like this, but that's about all it's got going for it, really. So I think it's a 2 out of 5, that one. A bit disappointing, that one, compared to the others. The others were a bit, so there we go. Yeah. Bit disappointing, that one. It's a standard one we see in all sets, Yeah. It's just very standard. There's nothing standing out about it at all. Yeah. That's true, you're waiting for the paragraph, yes. But yeah, honestly. I know, it's one of those, isn't it? But yeah, I know, honestly. But don't worry. I'm not the same thing. We know. That's also why it was quite clear it wasn't him as well. You're going to go out later. Club's on, you think, where are you going to go, Scott? Anywhere nice? It'd be quite nice, yeah. I'm sure you have. Whatever you do, I'm sure it'll be nice. But yeah, but no, I wouldn't be out clubbing either. Not really my thing either. Yes. You will be interested. Oh, I see. Oh, here we go. Yeah. Well, as I say, to see if Scotty's got room in his backpack for that. I'm sure we will find room. We just need to bring back a Parisian, honestly. Well, there you go, Scotty. There you go. You see, that's your task for tonight. Yeah. Honestly, put this knife down. Okay. Right. Okay. So doing good progress here. So we'll just try the next one. Then we'll halfway through, and then we'll do the Easter egg. Well, the cream egg challenge. Salted macadamia. So we got one of these as well. What's it? Comfortably creamy macadamia, buttery caramel, and a hint of salt. So quite similar to the ones in the Moser Roth one last week. Okay. Reasonably nice design. But again, you can see it clearly stops at the partition. But again, I like the way they've got that, like the rippled effect to disguise that join, which is quite good. Yeah, not bad. Yes. We'll get something to eat. Yeah, and I didn't. Well, how's the rebuilding going? Have to let us know. I don't know. I've not heard much about it since the fire and everything. Yeah. We be wearing your beret. Honestly. Watch out for pickpockets. Yeah. Well, I don't know if is that a legitimate worry or is that from a film or something? I don't know. We honestly, dear, the onions round your neck. Honest to God. Just imagine you just wearing a beret and all this. That's just dear me, dear me. Oh, well, I hope you have a lovely time, Scott. It sounds like you will be doing. So yeah, so that's really good. Okay, salted macadamia. Yeah, but you see, I guess that's the thing, isn't it, Rick? Yeah, I guess if you did come here to visit Europe, you could visit so many different countries in a short space of time. Could do a good job, really. Okay, righto. Right, so again, it should be about 3.4 in height. Yeah, 3.3 in this case, 3.33. It's about the same size as the Moser Roth ones, I think, actually. About 2.5 in width this time. We just down to the ridge being a bit more pronounced. 2.45 there. Alright, once again, it's got the things done. A bit more consistent so far than the Moser Roth ones. Yeah, is it something you have to be careful then? Is it? I mean, probably do in London as well, I imagine, or maybe anywhere really. But is Paris particularly famed for this? Is it? Oh, there you go. Heard Paris is full of them targeting tourists. Yeah, see, okay. Yeah. How much is a metro ticket, by the way? Oh, Scotty's got to go. Yes, Scotty's got to go. He's got Parisians to find. Yeah. Well, good luck, Scotty. Good luck, and yeah, we look forward to the photos in Discord as well. Have a great time. All right, let's give this one a chop. Okay, so macadamia on this one. So it does have that sort of woody-ish smell. Macadamia seems to have. Again, it's quite a bit thicker chocolate this time. I mean, this one will be okay. This one. But again, a lot of them just have a enough. The centre's not too interested in these eggs. It has to be said. But there we go. You just get what you get basically. Yeah, any big center. I think you're probably right there, Joe. I imagine you've just got to be careful anyway. Really. I imagine some places are worse than others, but yes, you've just got to be careful, haven't you? US dog one trying tripping sauce, not bad. Yeah, that's not bad at all. That. Yeah, I think I know in Spain, in Madrid, it was quite cheap as well. I don't think it's that cheap in London. That's for sure. Yeah. Another reason to live on the farm. Do you live on a farm, do you, Joe? See. Yes, the animals pickpocketing you. Yes. Honestly. Right, so let's give this one a go. Yeah, it's a macadamia one. Give it a see. Well, it's got that sort of woody taste to it the macadamia does have. I'm not getting anything else really. It's talking about, well, I think actually you get a slight aftertaste of salt there actually. Buttery caramel, it says. It's definitely been altered. The Moser Roth one was a bit more unadulterated macadamia. This one's definitely got something else going on. It's probably the caramel as well. And you do get like a bit of a aftertaste of salt actually. You do get it. Difficult one, this one. I feel like the Moser Roth one, I think people will be more happy about that because of the fact that the macadamia is just more prominent. This one, it's been toned down with other things. And I feel like almost, if you're going to have macadamia flavour, you want to have the full thing really. And if you're a fan of that, that's what you want. You don't really want it to be messed about with. But in my opinion, it does taste better as a result of that. But I'm not a big macadamia fan. So, but if you were one, I imagine you'd want the full experience. So yeah, it's okay. You do get the salty flavour coming out actually, and it is quite subtle, but it does arrive, a bit of an aftertaste. Yeah. I don't mind that one, but as I say, I feel like macadamia fans might be a bit disappointed. But it's okay. I think it swings and roundabouts. You could argue if you're a macadamia fan, you might be disappointed and might give it a 2 out of 5. But I think for me, it's a 3 out of 5. That one, not bad. It's got a bit more to it than the others because I say it's not just one note, but I just feel like it's not that special, unfortunately. But yeah, it is the only one of the lot so far that's had a bit more about it in the centre, but it's not been that interesting, yeah. So there we are. Yes, you had your pocket picked in Barcelona by a lady who was chatting to us beforehand and being friendly. Lucky I had no valuables in my pocket. All right, what did she do then? Just did you know she'd done it, or did you just notice after the event? But yeah, it's all what's the word? Sleight of hand and misdirection and all this, that, and the other, Scotty. Yeah, you've just got to be very careful. But that's why they're good at it. What's the basic fare in UK Metro? Yeah, I'm not sure. There's a difference in I'll say we have trams in Manchester. I don't know what it's quite expensive though, I think. Yeah, €190. Can't mind it. Yeah, that's not bad then. 190. That's not bad at all. Yeah, not bad at all. He'd love to live on a farm. Yeah, Joe. Yeah, I see. Yeah, it would be quite nice actually, but it'd be a lot of work though, I think. I've seen what they have to earn low wages, unfortunately. But idealistically, it would be nice. Yeah. London is around £2. You use the Oyster or contactless, which is £1.55, which is cheap compared to the rest of the UK. Yeah, bus is £1.55. Yeah, where I am, just to get from, yeah, it's got a lot more expensive. There's a lot less tourists and things like that, but the prices are a lot more expensive where I am just to get anywhere. Yeah. All right, take care, Scotty. Have a good one. Yeah, look forward to the pictures and good luck with the Parisians. Yes. Install the bus for a metro linked so you can transfer for free. That's not bad at all. Yeah, there probably is various deals you can get, but I think they'll cost probably more really. Yeah. Oh goodness me! I had a gun point to you at a drugstore some years ago. Crikey. Well, I assume you're all right. Yeah, hopefully everyone was okay, Joe. Yeah, that's pretty daunting. Yeah, goodness me. Yeah. All right. So this is supposed to be. Was it a fake one? Was it? Well, even say you don't want to take any risks, do you really? Yeah, but yeah, I do think I think unfortunately the crime, is a bit more. Well, I think guns are more prominent. Well, I don't know. You get them in the UK as well. Still get people in the UK doing bad things, So yeah, episode's pretty crazy in the cities. Yeah, I think it has its moments, but yeah, dear me. Over 65 everyone rides in the metro for free. We get something similar again in the UK, but I don't know what the details are. And I don't think it's quite as good as that. Probably just a discounted rate, really. Yeah. So. All right. Well, let's do the egg challenge. Then you never know. Let's see if we won £10,000 prize. So if we get half white, half milk egg, we could win a prize. Well, we should have won a prize. It could be up to £10,000, but probably won't be. So let's give it a bit of an open end, shall we? Let's see if we win this week. Fingers crossed. You never know. Yeah. And you don't live in a big city, around 140,000 people. Wow, see, so yeah, so quite, yeah. Just goes to show, Brazil's crazy. Stay away from it, really. Goodness me. Is it that bad then, Joe? Is it really that bad? Yeah, goodness me. Yeah. Okay, let's have a look then. Let's give this an open. See how we've done. So yes, we've got the design there. So far so good. We've still got a chance. Let's have a look. Okay, well, it's not. If the seam is there, it's definitely not done it. Well, just in case. Yeah, look, yeah, we've not won again. I don't think we're ever going to win, are we? Let's face it. Oh dear. Oh well, never mind. Yes, I'll send you some of these, Rick. You might win. You never know. You might win. There we go. Yes. Why do you eat it? It's hard to resist. Well, because I've got all the rest of the review to do. Basically, that's why. Yes. One of those. Yeah. So yeah, it's one of them. Oh dear. So what do we think? Then? Is this instant ban again? I think it possibly is. Oh dear. I guess you can melt all these eggs a bit, but you've seen these like Pimp My Snack ones where they made a giant one. One of those really, yeah, one of them did make a sort of massive big one, and then put all the centre in. I think they took a proper sort of chocolate Easter egg and scooped out the middles of all the others and then put it back in, so into a big one. So you had like a massive version of them, yeah. But yeah, unfortunately I can't eat them all because of one of those really. Because it's just I've got all these to eat as well, But I have been, after I finished my diet, I did polish them all off, basically. So it's one of those, yeah. And you can't wait. Oh, no, you don't have to do that. Yeah, you send it back if you win. No, don't worry. It's no problem at all. Don't worry. I wouldn't say. I mean, you're not guaranteed £10,000. I think there's like 168 prizes and only 8 of them I think are £10,000. So it might only be like £8 or not £8, but it's £5 or £10 or something, or some kind of there's a chance. But either way, I think still I wouldn't expect you to send it back. Yes. So there we go. Yeah, don't worry, Andrew. Yes, I knew that. Yeah, I knew. Yeah, I'd already deleted him. Honestly. Yes, we used to here anyway. Oh, well, we'll see what happens. Well, let's see if you win it first, I guess. Yeah. I don't know if there'd be any problems with it being in a different country and things, but you know, I'm sure you could still convert it. But yeah, unfortunately, you know, yeah, we'll see if you win first, I guess. We'll see if you win. Honestly. Yes, how's it going? Better or worse than Moser Roth last week so far? Yeah, it's not too bad actually, Andrew. It's not too bad. I don't think it's better, but I think it's better. It's better than most Hotel Chocolat stuff. It's got a bit more about it. It's not doing too bad, but yeah, it's. I don't think it's as good, but it's not far behind. But it's not quite as good. It's just I don't know. It's not quite doesn't quite work as well the flavors, but they're okay. They're okay. Yeah, they're okay. We're only done halfway through though so far, but yeah. So for next, it's likely UK. Probably is though, Rick. Yeah, probably is. There'll be some caveat, won't there? Yeah. Oh, we'll see if you win first of all. You never know. Oh dear. We just by luck to send one out to someone, but you know I wouldn't begrudge it. Don't worry. We've got a champagne one next. Okay, so it's probably not my cup of tea. This one. This is one that if you like alcoholic ones, it does have this over the Moser Roth one. It does have these sort of alcohol flavoured ones. Delicate uplifting French champagne with real cream, the epitome of elegance. Okay, all right. Let's go down a bit then. So look, nice design on this one. Nice design. Okay. There we go. All right. There we are. So let's see if it focuses in. It's not focused. There we go. So it looks a nice design. This one, I like this. It looks very good, doesn't it? So you can see if it colours a bit better because it's a pink and a white stripe. There we go. It's pretty good. But again, it doesn't go over half the bottom, but it does handle it a bit more elegantly, the partition where the seam is, than the Moser Roth ones. But you just don't tend to have any design at the bottom. But there you go. Not too bad. Yes. Andrew, we need a 500-word message for each time each time on now. Yes. Dear me. Yeah, honestly. Yeah. Well, fortunately, there's still distinct behaviour differences. But yeah, who knows? Yeah, who knows? I would say small cities are nice to live, peaceful. I would say, but usually they are not the ones. Yeah, this is it. I think tourists are rich targets. They've probably got a lot of cash on them and cameras and stuff. You know. It unfortunately does attract the wrong crowd, doesn't it? These eggs do have a beautiful design. They do. They are very elegant, I think you'd say. They do look nice. The Moser Roth ones tried to look it, but just they didn't quite manage it, did they? These ones just have managed it. Even though it's a small change, they've managed to look just that little bit more of a better quality. 3.4 in height, centimeters in width. 2.5, I think. Yeah, about 2.5 this time. So we'll see how liquidy the centre is. I think it's just going to be like the others really, but we'll see. We'll give it a chop. Yeah, so again, it's like it definitely smells of alcohol. It's just a similar truffle again. Thicker chocolate this time, which is nice. Probably why it was a bit wider maybe. But you can see, yeah, a bit of a truffle there. A bit of a ganache centre. Nothing too special. So again, they're kind of one note almost. You know, there's nothing else going on. They're just sort of like a thick centre, but it's okay. You know, you are getting the flavours, just none of them are really providing too much of anything else. Other than the salted macadamia, that one had a bit more going on, but it didn't quite. But it was more detrimental in that case, unfortunately. But yeah. All right, so I'm not a big alcohol fan, but we'll see what this is like. So I think it's, yeah, we'll see. Let's give it a taste. Yeah. It does have that champagne taste. Sort of sharp, strangely sweety, bitter taste. Yeah, it's not for me this one really. It's to say I'm not a big alcohol person at all. The Moser Roth alcohol selection managed some quite nice alcoholic chocolates because they didn't really have much alcohol in them because it was a bit of a cheaper selection. And they worked quite well. Yeah, but this one not too bad. It's not bad, but it's not it's not for me this one. So it's hard to rate this one really. Yeah, getting drunk at 10 to 5, yeah. I know what I'm going to say. I do wonder if it's possible. I guess it is technically possible to get drunk on these if you ate enough of them. It does have alcohol in them. I don't know how many it would take. I guess it depends on your tolerance. But yeah, I know. Gotta be careful. Gotta be careful. Yeah, drunk in charge of a webcam. Honestly. No, not too bad this one. It's not for me, unfortunately. It's hard for me to rate this one. It isn't really for me. So obviously, if you like this kind of chocolate, you know, these alcoholic taste ones, it is for you. I don't think it's nothing special about it. It's very typical alcoholic taste. I think for me, it's probably a 1.5 out of 5. But I'm not going to rate it that way because it's not fair, really. The chocolate's okay. It doesn't really stand out at all, particularly. It stands out more than it did with the hazelnut praline one, but nothing too much at all. It's just purely about that sort of champagne-y flavour, really. So I think it's still, even if I like this one for what it's worth, I still think it would be a 3 out of 5. I don't think there's anything special about it. It's quite an average one. The chocolate's not really anything particular about it. It doesn't stand out too much with the chocolate. It's just like every other champagne truffle that you've had, or champagne, not really truffle, or ganache or whatever, or what's the other word we've got in here? I think ganache is the one, wasn't it? I was looking for. Yeah. Yeah. So it's okay. It's quite a standard one. That one. It's just like all the other champagne truffles, or ganaches, or whatever. It's okay. Not unless to fall away. That's true. Yes, it probably costs about £5,000, wouldn't it, to get enough of it? Yeah. I wonder. This will be interesting. Maybe for a 1 million subscriber special, I'll get drunk on champagne truffles from Hotel Chocolat. How about that for the 1 million subscriber special? Might take a very long time. There we go. Well, I'll probably do that actually. If I do get 1 million subscribers, that could be the special. There we go. How about that? If we're all still alive, if that happens, could be about 500 years time the way it's going. But who knows? You never know. All right, so we've got the strawberries and cream. Looking forward to this one now. Strawberries and cream, that's good. Fresh pressed strawberries, real whipping cream, high cocoa white. So this is the white chocolate offering. It does look quite interesting. You do get 2 of these, which is good. And it does look nice, actually. It's probably one of the nicest ones in the set, I think. Look, it looks wise. Looks very nice, yeah. Looks very nice. But again, like the Moser Roth ones, the white chocolate nubbin at the bottom is filled in. I don't know why they've done that. The Moser Roth ones did the same. It wasn't, concave, whatever it is. So the regular ones look a bit like that. But they don't, the white ones, again, like the Moser Roth ones. I don't know if it's some kind of problem with the white chocolate, maybe, or it's just a coincidence, but it seems a bit of a strange... Mind you, having said that, on this one it's got it right, so... It's just a coincidence then. Alright, this one won't stand up. It's a roll about. Okay, just give my plate a slight wipe. Yes, there we go. Alright. There we go, just tidy up a bit, sorry about that, just because it's white chocolate, I've got dustings of other chocolate on the plate, so it's a bit more obvious about it, so... There we go, okay, there we are. Alright. Okay. Right, so I'll give it a bit of a measure then, so we'll give it, so again it'll be about a bit higher this one, I think, 3 points higher, I think this one. Yeah, 3.5, because the nubbin filled in at the bottom. The width, about 3.4. Not 2.4, but 2.5 it is. Okay. Alright, so let's give us a bit of a chop then. So, yeah. Strawberries and cream and see what the sensor's like. There we go. Okay. Interesting, not what I was expecting. I was definitely expecting more of a reddy pinky centre. And what's the description on this one? Fresh pressed strawberries, real whipping cream, high cocoa white. Okay, yeah, so, well, definitely doesn't look... I know when you sort of pulverise strawberries, it does go to a bit of a weird colour. But definitely, there is a sort of red tint to it, but yeah. Still not what I was expecting. Well, yeah. Bit of a smell of... It smells more of white chocolate than anything else, actually. It's not really any strawberry smell. There we go, yeah. Alright. Let's lift myself up. Yeah, you see strawberry creams. Yeah, it's a bit. Yeah, there is a tint to it. If you look closely, you can kind of see that it is a bit of a pinky colour. It just looks a bit brown. It's a bit weird. It might be more. Yeah, I don't know. It does come off that way. But yeah, I don't think you can quite see that. Yeah, it's it's a weird colour. It's like a sort of, yeah, pulverised strawberry, I guess. But oh well, let's give it a taste. Let's see what it's like. Not bad at all, actually, this one. Now, you all know I'm not a big fan of creamy flavours. With strawberries and cream. It's not bad though. It does come across as strawberries and cream. I think the white chocolate's not bad. You know, I think it looks good this way. It tastes. It's basically. It's quite sort of. It's just a bit like a strawberries and cream flavour. There's not much more to say about it. Again, it kind of. It's not really. It's kind of like flavours. This set. It's all. Even though they might be natural and it might be this, that, and the other. It's just. When I say what I mean, well, what I mean by that is, it's kind of like it's kind of like a sort of, you know, a vessel, as you'd say, which has been given a flavour and it's been brought out to you. So whether that's kind of like a truffle or a ganache or anything like that, it kind of seems that way inclined. So rather than getting any sort of, you know, freeze-dried strawberry or actual cream or, you know, actual vanilla or whatever or something, you know, it's all flavours of it, if you know what I mean. It's a weird one. You know, so it's all quite one note almost. But this one's pretty good. It does achieve what it's meant to do. It does taste of strawberries and cream. It's not really, I don't know. I don't mind white chocolate in a way sometimes, but it's got to be spot on for me to really, really like it. And it's okay, this one. It's not bad white chocolate. It's just nothing. It comes across as a cream rather than a white chocolate taste, basically. I mean, it's just, and the white chocolate can be a bit like that, so it's not necessarily a bad thing. Or a wrong thing, but it's just not really for me. It's not my kind of cup of tea. But it's okay. It's all right. It does. The strawberry side is okay. It does come across. It does work. It's a nice strawberry flavour, and it does taste like strawberries and cream. But it's not really. It's weird. I don't know how to rate it because obviously it's meant to be white chocolate, really. But you know, so I don't know. Swings and roundabouts. I think it's okay. I think it does manage to nail the strawberries and cream taste, but it doesn't really come across as a nice white chocolate particularly. It just comes across as a cream taste. But that's what it's meant to do, but then it's meant to be white chocolate, so I don't know. It's meant to, I think the white chocolate's meant to represent the cream, not really taste of it, but it nonetheless manages to taste of it, so I'm not sure what to make of that. I think for other people it's probably 3.5. I think for me, I'm gonna say 3.5 out of 5. I think really for me it's a 3 out of 5. I'm giving it the benefit of the doubt there, based on the fact that it does taste of strawberries and cream and things. So, but it's not really. It's okay. It's not my thing particularly, but it's all right. You do like strawberry cream, and white chocolate is always good with it. Yeah, in this case, it does taste. It doesn't really taste of white chocolate. It just tastes of cream. But that's what it's meant to do. So I'm not really sure. I can't really knock it for that as such, and I haven't done. I still think it's quite a standard. It's not the best sort of. It's okay, if you know what I mean. It's all right. I mean, if obviously with all these, you know, if they're your particular thing, if you particularly like, you know, salted macadamias, then it's going to be a 5 out of 5 probably for you. If you particularly like strawberries and cream, then it's going to, you know what I mean. But impartially, not being particularly bothered about any of these specifically, it's just all right. It's a 3.5 out of 5. But yeah, it definitely looks nice. It definitely looks very nice. Although I think the centre could look a bit better, but it's like Andrew said, it is kind of what it is. You can see it's got that sort of strawberry, that pulverised strawberry look to it. And the same, you know, I've seen like pulverised fruit and stuff tends to go a bit browny and with a sort of colour, tinty colour of whatever it is. So, you know, it's fair enough. But yeah, not bad, not bad. Right, okay, what have we got next? Pistachio rather. Super smooth pistachio praline with toffee undertones. Savoury intertwines with the melting finish of a caramel shell. Oh, that sounds quite interesting. This is the blonde chocolate one, basically, I think. Yeah, I think so. So now this was the one that was really nice in the Moser Roth one last week. Surprisingly nice, actually, the pistachio one. Really nice one. And again, this one looks pretty good. It's very similar to the Moser Roth one. Is it the blonde chocolate? It might be. I'm not sure, actually. Don't know. But yeah, looks interesting, this one. Similar fare. Nice colour combinations again. So yes, that's we'll just clean the cloth. Alright, let's move down a bit. Okay, so we'll measure it again. It's going to be the same measurements as they always are, but just so it's in isolation and things as well as a whole. Okay, it's about 3.4 probably in height. 3.35, 3.4. Then the width, probably about 3.4, 3.5. 2.4, 2.5, 2.5 in this case. Okay. Alright, yeah. Does have a bit of a caramelly smell. I think this is the blonde chocolate one actually, but we'll see. Look at that. Look at that. That's weird. It's kind of come off as a bit of a dome, so it's like what's happened there? It's very strange. Yeah. So that's as if it's had the top, as if this bit was domed and then it's just gone into that a bit. Clearly seems to be a separate dome, that doesn't it? Cap of something. Yeah, interesting that then. We've all got a bit of an air pocket in. Okay, this one looks to have a bit more about it. You can see there's definitely a texture in the middle there. None of the others have had this kind of texture in, so this one looks quite interesting. There's a bit of a woody smell, but definitely slightly, not definitely, slightly recognisable as pistachio, I think you'd say. What's it say is in it then? Just a smooth pistachio praline with toffee undertones. Okay. All right. This one sounds interesting. See how it stacks up then. I say the Moser Roth one was very nice. The pistachio one actually really nice. It was a special caramel though in the Moser Roth one. It was completely different. It was very interesting. Let's see what this one's like then. Probably a bit more normal, I think. I think all of these have been a bit normal. I would have said, pretty much. Yeah. It's okay. It's normal again. You see, it's like I was trying to express before, which I don't think I did a good job of. They're all using the same kind of medium to deliver, or more or less the same medium to deliver the flavour, if you know what I mean. So it's just like a truffly sense. Sometimes it's a bit of a ganache, sometimes a bit more truffly, but at the end of the day, it's the same kind of thing. So they're all a bit the same, whereas the Moser Roth one had like caramels, and it was roughly the same. It wasn't massively different, but it did have some unique ones, like the praline one was a truffle, not the praline rather. The pistachio one was a caramel rather, sorry, and it was very, very nice and distinct and unique and really interesting. This one's just quite boring. It's like all the others really. It's like that's because it's got a textured element to it. It's more of a truffle. It does taste of pistachio. But again, it's delivered in the same way that all the others are delivered, and it's not that interesting, and it's okay, but it's what we've seen time and time again. But so you don't see pistachio lots, so there is that for it. But the way it's delivered, the way it tastes, the chocolate's not standing out particularly much at all either. It's meant to be this. I assume this is meant to be the blonde chocolate one. It might not be, but I think it is. Let's see. Caramel shell, it says, so yeah, I believe it is. It does have a special symbol to it. I don't know if does that mean it's unique to this set? It might mean it's available in other sets, I'm not sure. You see that purple symbol there? Can't even read what it says really. And there's no key on it, I don't think. But anyway, there is that symbol. I can't remember. We've seen it in some of the other sets before, but I can't remember what it says, and I can't read it there. It's too. Oh, I think it means it won an award. I think it got like a bronze award or something. I think it's saying. It's very small writing. I can't quite read it. And somehow it doesn't focus in. I'm not too sure. But anyway, yeah, this one's okay. It's got that pistachio flavour. So again, if you love pistachios, obviously you can up the mark to wherever you want it to go, really. But for me, just again, it's all right. It's nothing special. The Moser Roth one was fantastic. That was a praline flavour. They delivered it amazingly well. It was like a 4.5 out of 5, I think. This one for me, it's probably 2.5 out of 5, really. Had it been right at the start, it might have been a 3, but it's just okay. It's nothing special about it. It's the caramel chocolate doesn't really taste of anything. You can't really taste it that much. There's a slight caramel taste, maybe, but it's very forgettable. The praline centre just tastes of praline, but it's like sort of like a truffle. There's nothing great about it. It's just a slight taste of praline, really. There's nothing much about that one that's of any interest, really. It's okay. It's not horrible, but it's there's nothing about it, So bit of a shame that. Bit of a shame. All right, but nonetheless, as I said, there was a praline taste there. And like I was saying to Andrew before, if you particularly like a specific flavour, then obviously, you're going to be, you can't really not, sort of, you'd be hard pressed to rate it at anything other than like a 5 or whatever, because if you love it. But as I say, I think for me, yeah, just Trying to be impartial about them all, not having a particular persuasion one way or another about a lot of these. Yeah, that's basically where I am with that. So, yes, high-end one. Yes, it is. Yeah, this is one, Jow. Basically, the one we had last week was like a £4 one, maybe £5. This one's a £14 one, maybe £5. You know, so you're talking more. I don't know. Yeah, what can you say? No, you know, like $20 or something, US dollars. Whereas the other one was about 7, maybe something like that. Yeah, so. You know, yeah, it's a lot more expensive, this one. This is a more high-end one, but not as good. It's definitely not as good. It's interesting, but not as good. Salted caramel cream. So they've all got salted caramel on in this one. We've lifted our elegant caramel cream with a final flourish of Guerande sea salt. All right, so we'll see if it's a nice caramel to start with. Let's have a look. So, don't get 2 of these, as I say. So we've got like a, just got a bit more of a plain design, this one, nothing too special. Not going to stand up very well, this one. Looks like it might have a blonde chocolate shell, but I don't think it does. Unfortunately, we got one of the other ones, so we can't compare it to that shell. I don't think it is, though. Let's move down a bit. Move down a bit. Oop. Yeah. Is it worthy of it? Is it worth it? Well, it's like it's like all these jokes. Like we say, a lot of these are just made, designed to be presents for people, and in which case, you know, they work, don't they? Really, but I don't think that Moser Roth one was a lot better. Yeah, a lot more interesting, a lot better. Had a lot, you know, it had less, fewer chocolates in, fewer types of chocolate, but the same amount. But it was very much stood out a bit more. Very, you know, it was a better selection. We've got a couple more to go on this one, but yeah. I don't think it's worth it really, but again, it's the prestige of receiving the present. It's the name, the branding, high-end feel to it, look to it, you know. So it's a gift for someone. It's definitely, it works from that point of view. But it's like all these chocolate selections that cost more. They're all about being a gift for someone and costing more to sort of like justify them being a more worthwhile gift and stuff like that. So, you know, 3.4 in height. So yeah, so it's one of those really. I don't really know what the answer to that is. About 2.5 in width. As I say, they're all attempting to be gifts, and it's like I was saying last week as well, where you know they're making non-alcoholic cocktails, and but if they charge the price that they're actually, you know, that they save from alcohol based on the tax and things, because they have to charge more because of tax on alcohol, people don't want to buy them because they don't give you that experience of prestige or whatever that comes with an alcoholic cocktail, because you know, but so people basically are expecting to spend the same price, and if they don't, then they don't buy them. It's a bit of a weird one. It's got kind of logic with these as well, where they're just, you know, they really just fit an expensive, you know, prestigious sort of high-end market price range to justify them being presents for someone. So then make you feel good about having bought someone something more expensive, and then feeling good about receiving it because it's something they wouldn't normally buy for themselves. And it's a very weird, strange, paradoxical item, I guess, is the gist of it. But long story short is, yeah, it's not worth the price, I don't think. You know, but again, as I say, the purpose for buying them is not to really be concerned with that. So strange really, but there we go. Here we are. So this one, yes, this one's the salted caramel cream. So, you know, again, it's that same thing, isn't it? It's not even a caramel, I don't think. It's still that same kind of truffle centre. So they've not even made it a caramel. So the Moser Roth one for pistachio had a caramel in it. This one, I mean, you could perhaps describe it as a caramel, but it's certainly not what you'd really say is a caramel. You know, it's more the same, like ganache's type centre. You know, yeah. Just have to give it a bit of a poke with the knife. You know, so it's just that kind of centre again. You know what I mean? All right, let's give it a taste. Let's lift ourselves up. Right, let's have a see. An interesting typo you've got there, Joe. Yes. Yeah, the strange exchanging of gifts. Yes. The word you have put there is kind of like a sort of slang insult for someone, you know. It's not really swearing or anything, but it's yeah. It's quite amusing though. Yeah, I can't really describe it. Like, what's the word? I can't think of how you'd. Uh, Another equivalent word you might have heard of. I don't know really, but yeah, interesting. Oh yeah, I'm trying to think. It's like a sort of it's a cheeky. I don't know. Yeah, it's hard to explain what that word really is. I don't know, like an equivalent you could say for it. Yeah, I'm not sure. Interesting one, but yeah, it's like a sort of word that exists on its own plane. I think. Yeah. No, don't worry, don't worry. It's not like that. It's not that. It's not that bad at all. It's not that bad. It's like yeah, I don't know. I can't think. It doesn't really have an equivalent word that I can think of. Yeah, it's like slightly more. It's a word that you probably wouldn't say to some people, but it's a jokey word as well that you would say, to some people as well. So like if someone's lucky, you might say, "Oh, you lucky person." You might say that word instead of person. But you wouldn't say it to your parents. It's a weird one. Yeah, it's a hard one to say. Not really, no, not really. It's not really that offensive, no. But the context it's used in, it's usually like a sort of jokey context to express a certain way of thinking when someone's been a bit, I say lucky with something. You might describe it in that way, or you could. It's a weird word. It stands on its own really. It doesn't really. I can't really think of an equivalent word. Yeah, it's a strange one, but you'd probably say, as I say, to sort of as a sort of sarcastic way of saying something to someone sometimes. Yeah. Usually like in the context of someone being lucky. You say you lucky whatever. Yeah, and then usually bit of a funny one really. Yeah, interesting, but no, it wasn't offensive. Don't worry. But yes, the clocks are changing. Yes, everyone, thanks for reminding me, Andrew. Yes, the clocks are changing tonight. So the clocks will go forward in the UK. So next week we'll be on British summertime rather than Greenwich Mean Time. So so basically what that means is 4 o'clock will become 5 o'clock and stuff like that. So the lives next week will be an hour later after today. So we'll stash watching this, that, and the other. But yeah, spring is in the air, and it's definitely really changed almost this week. Has been so much different than previous weeks. You're right, Andrew. Spring definitely is upon us. Yeah, an interesting one. All right, let's try this one then. This is salted caramel one. So it's that salted caramel cream. Let's give it a go. It is a salted caramel cream. Again, I don't really know why they've done it. Why they've not just made it salted caramel, but they haven't. So again, it's got a sort of truffly ganache centre, more of a ganache, more of like a Lindor centre. This one, so it is quite creamy, quite sweet. It's okay. It's not for me again. This one, it's just not one for me. Unfortunately, it's just too sweet. The cream sort of bit part of it. I mean, it does what it says. It's meant to be a cream. I can't really taste the saltiness on this one now. This is like a caramel cream, really. It's all right. Let's have a quick drink. Get me dry now. There we go. All these centres, quite dry as well in a way. It's all right. This one. It is a cream centre. I don't know. It's more like a Lindor. I think if you like Lindors and things like that, and you've always wanted them to be salted caramel flavour, I think, and you can get that now. Actually, it's kind of like that, really. I don't know. It's just not. I don't know. It's not really salted caramel as such. You expect to have a bit of a salty taste. It's more of a creamy taste. It's all right. I don't know really. I feel like maybe you're getting a problem with last chocolate syndrome now, where a lot of these have been so similar and so probably so a bit mundane really. Getting a bit sick of them now because they're all quite similar. They're all a bit too. They've all got such similar centres and they're all a bit. Once you've tasted one, you kind of tasted them all really, and you kind of some of them, having said that, they are slightly different, but they're not different enough. So you're just getting that sort of that centre that's kind of doesn't really help the chocolates out. Just either. In my view, I don't know. I don't know. It does taste like a caramel cream. I don't know. I'd rather just have a salted caramel. Then if it did have the salted caramel on its own, would it taste okay? Would it be more like butterscotchy caramel? I'm not sure. Maybe it would be really. So it swings around about. I just think it's a bit of nothing. I don't know who wants this flavour. Is salted caramel cream? I don't know. I guess there are people who love Lindors out there. and maybe they would like the fact that a bit of a Lindor flavour was salted as caramel, and I guess you do get that already. That's probably what you'd be after. That's probably who it would appeal to rather. I don't know. I'm not sure how to rate this one really. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of Lindors myself. I think you've just got to bear that in mind. So if you like Lindors, you could probably add a mark and a half to this one. But I think for me, I'm not too convinced by the fact it's just a truffle flavoured with salted caramel and it's quite a creamy taste. I think it's a 2.5 out of 5, maybe really more of a 2 really. But I'm trying to sort of give it a bit of the benefit of the doubt. But I think if you really love Lindors and things, you could probably make it a 4 out of 5. But I don't know. Yeah, not really for me. You always, thanks Andrew. Yeah, you always prefer caramel over caramel truffles, proper caramel over caramel truffles. That's why I'm not bothered about milk chocolate dairy milk anymore. Yeah, change everything to a truffle. I think you kind of hit the nail on the head really there, Andrew. They're just the same, aren't they? They don't. It doesn't work as well. I don't know what it is. It's not like it's horrible or anything. They're just not interesting, and they all seem to taste the same. All these truffles and things. It's just not a medium that's good for carrying a flavour because it really detracts from the flavour and just feels really mundane. It's kind of why that pistachio caramel in the Moser Roth one was so nice because it was a caramel and it was just really different, whereas the truffles I don't really feel that they add to the flavour, they just absorb it almost. I don't know, yeah. So I think this is probably more of a 2, but I'm going to say 2.5 just to, I don't know, because it does taste like a cream caramel, so it's one of those. And hi there, Egg, how's it going? I saw you were on a different game yesterday, you weren't on Valorant, so I think I remember what it was now, but is it having a bit of a change, or is it just yes, a midlife crisis maybe? But yeah, hope you're doing alright, Egg. It's good to see you though again. Really good to see you. Hope you're doing okay. No, it's weird. You must have said you changed their clocks a couple of weeks ago. Well, I think I think in the US or Canada as well, perhaps. I think you changed the clocks earlier there, but in the UK we don't change them till it's basically the last weekend in the of the month of March, basically. Yeah. So it's a weird one, that one. But yeah, the UK is a bit different, I guess. And it's Mother's Day in the UK tomorrow as well. I think it's a different day for other people. Our Mother's Day is tied to Easter. Because I don't think it's actually related to your mum. It's related to basically the Virgin Mary or whatever. I think because it's the Jesus' mother, basically. It's not. I think so anyway. It's not actually your mum. It's not meant to be anyway. Mixing the games up, Parsley. Nothing wrong with that, Egg. Nothing wrong with that. Yes. I'm trying to play a bit of, am I on a Tunic at the moment I'm trying to play? I've not had much time really. Trying to play Tunic though. Quite an interesting game. It's on Games Pass, so it doesn't cost me anything extra. I always try to avoid saying it's free because it's not free on X Pass because you are paying for it. But there we go, yeah, so that's why I'm playing at the moment. These chocolates look like the taste. They did yes, they are basically. They are. It's the Happy Easter selection basically. Yeah, so they're all egg shaped. Yes, so perfect for you, Egg. Perfect for you. Yeah, so they're all perfect. Yes. But there you go. Yeah. Well, I think that's the central gimmick for these ones. Yeah. But yeah, they're definitely the chocolates for you, Egg. Definitely. So on the last one now, this one again, only one of these ones. This is the very alcoholic one. This is the whiskey one, I think. It looks like it could be chocolate orange, but Boozy Simnel Cake. Yes, a generous glug of amaretto and oak-aged brandy, zesty orange, pinch of cinnamon. So we'll see what this one's like, whether this one's for me or not. I have a feeling it probably isn't. Again, it's another alcohol one, but we'll give it a go. You never know. I feel like the cinnamon might be a bit overbearing with this one, maybe the orange, but cinnamon generally tends to be a bit too strong a flavour, I think. So we'll see. All right, let's have a look. It's about 3.5 in height, as we expected. About 2.4, 2.5 in width. In the middle? Yeah, pretty much. Let's have a look. Yes. You got Game Pass. Never heard of Tunic. Yeah, it's quite an interesting one. It's a bit like a sort of cutesy Soulsborne type game almost, but a bit easier, it's not quite that difficult. But it's quite good, yeah. You just don't get any clues at all as to how to play the game, but you uncover the instruction booklet as time goes on. It's quite interesting. Yeah. Always down to try new games. I'll give it a go. I'd say I've unfortunately not played as much as I would have liked. But I'm enjoying it so far. It's good. Yeah, it's an interesting one. Similar, I think it's just a type of cake, basically, Joe. I must admit, I don't really know. But it's a type of cake, basically. Yeah. So, must be flavoured with these flavours, I guess. amaretto and brandy, I guess. Had to look up the meaning. Yeah, I must admit I'm not massive. I don't really know for sure. I just think it's I think it's a type of cake. Ooh, look at this! Wow. So again, we've got the same kind of this one, like a sort of buttery, fondanty centre, I guess. But you can see it's clearly, yeah, quite a definitely a bit of a amaretto-y smell coming from it. I don't know about brandy, but definitely amaretto-y. That's quite nice. Yeah. A bit more. So again, similar kind of filling, but you know, a bit interesting. Yeah, a bit interesting. Yeah, I find Games Pass on if you play games, having Games Pass, it's pretty fantastic. Really. You get a lot of games just straight away when they're brand new, and sometimes you get ones you might have got it a month ago and still not managed to get around to playing it because you've got so many games to play, and then it comes out on Games Pass, and so you just it's really good value for money. I'm very impressed with it. If you play games, I definitely recommend Game Pass. Very good. A fruitcake containing a layer of marzipan, often coloured with saffron and topped with marzipan, traditionally eaten at Lent or Easter. Oh, okay, there we go. So it is thematic. And I guess, yeah, the amaretto part. Okay. Yeah, I'd heard of it before, but I didn't know. Yeah. Well, there we are. Interesting. Well, no saffron in this, but I guess that's what the design's meant to look like, a bit like saffron. You do buy herbs and spices in the UK in these little jars, basically. And usually they're full, but the saffron one costs about £15. It has like about 2 strands of saffron in it, you know. Alright, so it definitely smells of amaretto and looks a bit like it. We've got the marzipan look anyway. That's what I mean. So let's give this a go. Let's give it a taste. A bit worried about the brandy taste, but we'll see. Definitely, oh crikey. There's definitely brandy taste in there. It otherwise tastes quite of marzipan. Liquid marzipan it tastes of, because it's a bit like a Lindor filling again that melts in the mouth. So you imagine liquid marzipan. That's half the flavour. And then the milk chocolate works quite well in this one. The chocolates have previously gone off and off the boil, really. Not been tasting that much. But this one, the chocolate stands out. So it's not bad at all. But the brandy taste for me kind of ruins it. I'm just not into brandy and stuff like that, unfortunately. But, you know, I think if you like marzipan and like brandy, this is definitely for you. I mean, it's literally, you know, if you're into that kind of marzipan taste, if you love that and you can have the brandy taste, I think you're talking at least a 4 out of 5. And I think the chocolate works well with this flavour as well. And it is quite a distinct flavour that actually works pretty well with this. I think it's actually not too bad. But unfortunately, so I can appreciate it, but unfortunately I don't really like it because I'm not a big fan of that brandy taste. So, you know, but I think for me, it's not bad. I think I can appreciate it. I think it's not really got a massive cake taste to it. But as I say, objectively, I can appreciate this one. And I think it is at least a 3.5 or 4. I think it would benefit from something else. So again, it's just lacking that extra flavour or extra texture that all of them have. Like I said, they've only got one. They're all one trick. You know, they don't have extra textures and flavours and things, which I think they, you know, extra textures really to convey another flavour. So it kind of all comes across in the same way every time. But this one's slightly different, and the chocolate stands out against the centre quite well because it's a liquid marzipan flavour. So that milk chocolate works quite well with it. So I think for me, I'm going to say a 3.5 out of 5 for this one. If I can get the symbol up, yeah, there we go. But it's probably, if you really, really like marzipan, and you can taste it and you don't mind brandy, I think this is a good 4.5 or 5. I think this one actually would really stand out quite well as being pretty different and pretty stand out, really. But it's just not really for me, I don't think. I mean, it's like I said before, that if you like the particular flavours, you'd probably say all of them are 4.5 and 5 and stuff. But what I specifically mean is I think this one really nails it. But I think I'd probably say more 4 out of 5, I think. Because it just doesn't convey the cake side of it very well. And it's quite one trick, as I say, but, you know, yeah. So I think for me, it probably is a 3.5 or 4. I think I'm just going to keep my feet on the ground with it and say a 3.5, really. But, you know, yeah. Maybe I could say a 4, but it's just not, I don't know. I've been objective. For me, it's really sort of like a, you know, it's not a very nice one. It's a 1.5 or 2, but I think based on what it is, I can objectively say it's a 3.5. I think is the gist of it. And I think if you really like marzipan and brandy and things, you probably say 4, maybe 4.5. I think actually being a bit more sensible rather than just saying everything's a 5 because you like that flavour. I think, you know, yeah. I think there's definitely sort of things not quite right with it, but I think it definitely stands out and works well together, that one. Not too bad at all. Yeah, you have the PC Games Pass, but it comes with most games that's on the Xbox. Yeah, it's not too bad. Well, I bought it on the Xbox, but it works. The PC Games Pass works as well, so you get best of both worlds basically. You need to buy it once. Yeah, so I'm playing on my PC. Yeah, it's really good. You get so much value for money. It's unreal. You know, it's ridiculous. Remember, I was thinking of getting a game once, Crusader Kings, I think it was. It was going to cost like £40, and then it was on Games Pass. It was just so I didn't have to spend it. You know, it's just ridiculously good. Loads of choice. Too much choice. It's ridiculous. I can't. Oh, yeah. I just don't have the time I used to have either. As well, when I was younger, I would have been in heaven, but I just don't have the time to play all the games anymore. It's annoying. I could make the time, of course, but then I have so many other things I don't have the time for as well, so I can't win really. Oh dear. Yeah, but it's great value for money. I must say it's great value for money. Yeah, really is. Especially since I got 3 years worth of it for £3, I think, sort of, because I got like Xbox Live for, I think I bought like 3 years worth of it or something, and it gave you Xbox Games Pass Ultimate. You had to pay an extra £1 per year, I think it was. So basically, you know, it was pretty. But I think they've abolished Xbox Gold now, Xbox whatever it was Live, and it just got Games Pass now, so it's kind of turned into the same thing, merged into the same thing. But there we go. But yeah, anyway, back to the chocolates anyway. Yeah, so not too bad selection this one, but nothing. It's definitely not as good as the one. I mean, it's got a couple of alcoholic ones, boozy ones in this one. So there's something about it, you know, that's there that wouldn't be in the Moser Roth one. But I think generally I did prefer the Moser Roth one. I just felt like it was cheaper for what it's worth, but it just came across better. It just had nicer, more interesting flavours. I found, and they conveyed them better. It just tasted and just was a bit better, really. This one's okay though, but I felt like it was very one trick all the way through. They're all quite similar, really were, you know. Yeah, so I just wasn't as convinced, basically. Yeah, just wasn't as convinced. Yeah, and this is another thing actually. Yeah, well done for reminding me. Yes, was there one of each chocolate? There was one of each chocolate, but some of them had two, but 5 of them only appeared once. So that's a bit poor, I think, as well, because like in the Moser Roth one, everyone at least appeared twice. So if someone just pinches one that you like, you don't realise it. You could have lost one, you know, that you actually never be able to taste it. So that's another problem with these selections, and it's a common intrinsic problem with most of their Hotel Chocolat selections, really. You know, there's like 15 chocolates, but 10 different kinds, or stuff like that, or 8 different kinds sometimes, and it's just not enough to have one of each, basically, appearing more than once. It's an okay one, this one. As like all of these, they're really good gifts and things. I feel like most of these chocolates are really good gifts. I don't think I can really mark them up any. I think I might have done in the past for being good gifts, but I think all these expensive ones generally make good gifts because they're generally things that people wouldn't buy for themselves, and they have an air of quality about them. But I think as sort of impartially looking at the chocolates themselves, I think this one, you know, it's okay. I just think there's some weak points in it. There's some good points in it, but largely the weaker ones are a bit more prevalent. But generally, they taste all right. But they're all quite one note, as I said. They're all sort of truffly, ganache type centres that are just, you know, there's no real effort made to give you different textures in them at all, really. So, you know, you like the Simnor cake one, you got no semblance of it being a cake at all. It's just basically a liquid marzipan filling, basically. There's nothing really cake-like about it, and it's the same with all the others that, you know, in the various guises. Even the caramel one, the salted caramel, it wasn't even a caramel, you know, so it's just, which is bizarre. So I think, although it did say it's a caramel cream, which it was a caramel cream, I guess, but, you know, that's just what I'm trying to say. It's not even, you know, they're all conveying it in a similar way. There's no real, you know, like the Moser Roth one did actually have a caramel in it, you know, a caramel filled egg, and it was one of the best ones. Yeah, so I think for me, it's a 3 out of 5, basically. It's a bit better than the typical Hotel Chocolat chocolates, I think. I think there's just something a bit more about it that's a bit more interesting, and I think the flavours I think the chocolate tends to stand out a bit more and tends to be a bit more interesting, you know, whereas in other Hotel Chocolat selections, the chocolates tend to not really be very prevalent. Stalks have been quite thin, and these ones it's been relatively thick for the most part. But yeah, they're okay. They're all right. Good gift for someone, like all these sort of expensive chocolates. But when push comes to shove, you actually, you know, I don't think you'd be that bothered about buying them for yourself, if you know what I mean. Yeah, I'm about to head off as well. I'm about to head off as well, Egg. Yes, time we're finished now. But yeah, great to see you again, though, Egg. Hope you're doing all right. And let me know if you do play Tunic or any other games. It's always, yeah, great to see what you think about it. So yeah, hopefully you enjoy it if you do play it. Yeah, well, there we go, guys. Let's finish another live review. Hope you enjoyed that. It's a good one to do. Yeah, bit of a, let's see, Hotel Chocolat, I don't know. They're nice and everything. I just find that they're all quite, I think the ones you just have to eat one at a time over a period of a very long time, really, I think, totally, which is possibly the right way to do it. But if you have them quite similar, one after the other, they all taste very similar. There's nothing too dramatic about them, and they can get quite tiring quite quickly. So there is that, and that is probably the way you're not meant to eat them. So you have to bear that in mind as well. But generally, even so, when I review other chocolates and things, like the Moser Roth ones and other chocolate selections, stuff like that, tends to be just have something more about them, a bit nicer. There definitely is a clear distinction between those and the Hotel Chocolat ones, which tend to be, as I say, a bit more mundane and not quite as interesting as they look. There we go. Oh, have a great live. Yes, don't worry, Joe. Don't worry. First of all, your English is perfectly fine, and you never said anything offensive at all. It just made me laugh. That's all, because it wasn't an offense. It was a jokey way of teasing someone, basically. So don't worry about it. It's not a problem at all, that one. You know, it's kind of like you'd say in like comedies and things like that, or if you were winding up your friend. It's nothing bad. Don't worry. Well, no one was. It was not offensive, and he didn't offend anyone. No, thanks for your comments, Joe. Really great to hear from you. It really is. And please don't worry about things like that. Your English is great, so don't worry. It's always great to hear from you. You always say lovely things, so no problem at all. So please don't worry. Well, take care, everyone. Hope you had a lovely time. Yeah, great to see you all. Great to see you, Scotty. I know you're in Paris and everything, so hope you have a lovely time. You're good at the Parisians. Great to see you too, Rick. You probably fell asleep, but yeah, great to chat to you. And sorry but the eggs weren't great for you, but yeah, never mind. At least you got to try them, at least. And Egg, of course, great to see you as well, Andrew. Great to see you back, of course, as well. Hope things are going well with you. And who else, of course, is watching? Always great to great to know you're there, and thanks again for all your support. And yeah, I wish you all a good weekend. Enjoy the weather. Take care, and thank you too, Joe. Thanks a lot. Take care, everyone. Have a great day. Bye for now. See you. Bye.